Welcome back to the 801 Diaries podcast. I'm Abby.
And I'm Emily.
And I'm Maddie.
Maddie's
Oh, she's back.
back. Fan
She's
favorite
back.
Madison is back.
Fan
Woo.
favorite.
Welcome to the pod. Well, favorite behind Judy. Sorry.
That's
That's
true.
okay. That's fair.
You've
That's
made more
fair.
appearances than Judy has, though. So
That is so valid.
That is true.
that is so true.
Our most frequent guest.
Yeah.
We love. We love, love, love. Oh, they're winking at me. How are you guys doing this week?
We're good.
Great.
I feel like I've lived a million different lives in the last like 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
Let's hear about them.
so there's the running life.
Which you guys are now my new favorite running influencers.
Yeah, go follow me on TikTok. I think it's Abby Jones something on TikTok. Go follow me and you can hear all
the
about
running
our running
updates.
diaries and our
Yeah.
updates and our slays. So go watch that on
Check it
TikTok
out.
because we are running so hard. We've really turned a leaf in our lives and this is kind of wild. We are like
We're so freaking healthy.
so we're like just about like the healthiest people to exist. This is the craziest thing
Really?
ever.
This is
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah.
First of all, we're drinking water.
I know. I'm shocked.
What is that about? I mean,
So fun.
before about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, there would be weeks where I would not have a sip of water
Mm-hmm.
in
Now
the
it's
whole week.
wild.
constant.
Now
I
it's
find that
constant.
wild.
I know. I mean, I would have my Mountain Dew, and that's about all the liquids I would drink for the day.
And I have an Alani.
Yeah, so severely dehydrated, but now we've hydrated.
Hydrated queens.
So
Super
we're
healthy.
literally so healthy. Also, we're like not going to like swig. We
Oh,
we don't go
that
to
too.
swig anymore, really.
I don't remember
Oh
the
my
last
gosh.
time we went to Swig.
I went to swig today, but it was a different thing, you
That's
know.
true. That's true.
And
Oh my goodness. That's
um
honestly kind of depressing.
it's crazy. And like we don't even want it.
Yeah, I don't like crave it.
No.
You know,
Like we could go to
ship-
swig, but
that
we're like
ship has sailed.
it doesn't sound good.
That's crazy.
I know. She's kind of getting over Alani's a little bit.
I'm getting there.
I'm
Wow.
kind of getting over Mountain Dew. Well, so here's the
Whoa.
thing. It's not that I'm
Whoa,
getting,
that's
it's
a
not,
big
let me-
statement.
let me clarify.
Rephrase.
It's not that I'm getting over Mountain Dew. It's that I'm content with other things. I have my
Okay.
Mountain Dew and I'm like, ooh, this is still the most incredible thing I could ever put in my body.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I can go days and days without having it and I'm okay. I have
That's
caffeine
insane.
other ways.
Mm.
I've been
What are the other ways you're
chugging-
consuming?
chugging those Unwell drinks. Oh my gosh. They're my new favorite thing in the whole entire world.
They are really good.
I'm excited to
So-
try one when I come back.
They're literally so good. So shout out Alex Cooper because those things, those are the only reason I'm off Mountain Dew. Well, off. I've cut back Mountain
I
Dew.
love that phrase. Off.
I'm off Mountain Dew.
Well,
I've
that's
pulled
fun.
the
That's
needle
good.
out of my arm. The Mountain Dew
That's good.
needle.
Oh.
But I still have it. So it's not like I'm like gone cold turkey. I still have some every now, like once a week.
That's good.
I'll have some Mountain Dew, but
Only
Same,
once
but
a week. That's
literally,
crazy.
That is crazy.
we are crazy girls.
And I'm like only
That's
drinking
insane.
Alani's because like if I don't drink one, I get a headache.
Mhm.
But like usually I could finish it in like 30 minutes to an hour at work, and now it takes me like all day. Like before I left the office today,
That's
I had to like
crazy.
chug the rest of it so I could
Mhm.
throw it away. So
Wow.
I'm like, I just
Wow.
need to find other ways. I need to be drinking more Unwell drinks because I
Yes.
just need that caffeine a little bit before I get a headache to wean
Yeah,
myself
I
off
didn't-
of it.
I didn't have an energy drink yesterday and I felt it. And I
Yep.
was just so tired.
It's
I
the
was like
worst.
beat yesterday
the worst.
because I didn't have one.
Mhm.
But
So we're literally health gurus now.
Yeah.
that's so
Um,
fun.
It's kind of crazy, kind of cool, kind of crazy.
We ran our first 5 miles on
Yeah, we
Saturday.
did 5 whole miles.
I
Literally,
am very
That's a
impressed.
story.
before we
Let's
started
hear.
this running thing, I had never even, let's be honest, never ran a mile. Like
Let
a
alone
straight
5
mile.
miles total.
5 miles total. So
My entire life.
we've been building up to it, kind of killing it, you know.
Mhm.
And then we had our
Yeah.
5 mile run on Saturday, which was our first like really like long run because we were sick. So we missed the week before. Anyways, so this was our long run, 5 miles. We're in St. George, so we're outside. It's beautiful,
Beautiful.
gorgeous. wonderful. Okay. About 3 hours prior to the start of this run, we started running about 5, around 2-ish. No, like 2:30.
It was probably 2:30.
2:30. We got sushi.
And I've never really eaten sushi,
No,
like ever. I don't eat
Yeah,
sushi.
but she killed it.
No.
And I
She's
ate
like-
it and it was really good. But
She
it was
played.
also, keep in mind, my first time eating
Yes.
sushi.
But along with sushi, you have a lot of rice. You have like it's a complex
Heavy.
carb heavy meal that might
Yes.
take a little while to digest.
Yes.
So we started with that. 2.5 hours later, we are
running.
Giant run.
running our first ever 5 miles. So we get out there, we have just the wind beneath our wings, just killing that first, quarter of a mile.
Quarter of a mile.
I was
No.
like, killing it.
Quarter of a mile. We killed that first quarter of a mile. Then we hit our
Yeah.
first hill. And we still killed it. We were, we slowed down, but we were killing
plowing
it.
through a little
Plowing
bit.
through. We get to that first mile and it was looking bleak.
Mhm.
But we're like, we
I was
are
seeing stars.
Yeah, we are stronger than this. We are literally the healthiest people to ever exist.
Right.
So
right.
We
push
keep going.
through.
We keep going. Not
We-
not a
Cardio.
walk in sight.
Not a walk in sight. We are cruising, just our little jog. We get to 2 miles, and I go, we gotta take a break. We gotta take a break. It's been 2 miles nonstop, and I'm feeling it. My ankles hurt. We need to take a break. So we start walking.
Mhm.
We walk about a third of a mile, and I go,
You're gonna hurl.
I'm gonna throw up. I need to visit the bathroom. And keep in mind, also, okay, this is TMI. So if you guys don't want to hear, close your ears. We're drinking so
I
much
love how you-
water. I'm-
TMI at this point.
Yeah. Drinking so much water, I'm peeing all the time. So we're running and I'm like, I have to pee. So I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. So we stop in the bathroom, pee. And then I like go to stand up and I'm like, I'm going to throw up. Like I am vomiting now.
Meanwhile, I'm just walking laps outside the
Walking laps
bathroom, knowing
outside.
Abby is just peeing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why is this taking
Why is
so
this
long?
taking so long? I'm like, oh, she is gonna come up with all these stories in her head of why I'm taking so long here. When really I just was ready to vomit. I was having the worst stomach cramps. Like I was sweating. I was like, it was dire straits. It was dire
Oh
straits.
no.
So after about 5 minutes, I collect myself and I go outside and I'm like, Maddie, I am down bad. Like I am down bad. I think I'm gonna throw up.
She literally couldn't stand up straight.
No,
She
I,
was
like,
just,
squatted
hunched
down.
over and
I-
she could not stand up
I was
straight.
having the worst stomach cramps. It was the worst feeling ever. But so I get up and like kind of start moving a little bit. So we start walking. We walk that third mile.
Mhm.
So we walk, we get to 3 miles down, 2 to go. And we're like, okay, we're gonna start jogging. We're gonna run 1 mile, we'll walk a half and then run that last half. So we start running our 1 mile and we're like just chatting, like
We're
having a
conversation
great
the whole
time.
time.
Which that first 2 miles,
We didn't
dead
talk.
silence. It was a lot of,
Yeah, I feel that. I feel
and then a
that.
couple of, every now and then we'd look at each other, smile. and-
Yeah, we're doing so good.
But this last, so we're doing a mile. We get that mile done, and we're like killing it. We're like, we have never felt
So
better.
we don't stop
We're
running.
cruising. Why are we gonna stop? We're gonna keep going. So
Mhm.
we keep going.
Amazing.
We get through half mile cruising.
We're
we
still
get,
talking
Mhm.
this
we're
whole
still
time.
talking. Literally having
Oh,
just
I'm proud of you.
nice little conversation our whole time. We get going. All of a sudden, 5 miles. Check.
Done.
We
Look
could
at
have kept
you.
going. We were so good. We were hitting
I'm
that
so proud of you.
runner's high.
high.
We were flying. It was the craziest thing ever.
That's fun. That's great to hear.
So we've
I'm so proud of you
decided
guys.
you need a 2 mile warm up run, a 1 mile warm up walk
Death run.
Yeah.
with some injuries in the midst, and then you're good.
That's
You can
the
just go.
recipe for a great
Then you
run.
can
There
just
you
go.
go.
hmm
There you go. Well, now we know.
Yep.
But then we sauna'd and we cold plunged in the pool, which was 44 degrees.
Freezing.
It was so cold. It was so cold.
I
And then Judy said at
sauna-
night you can do it in Finland, and I said no.
You could please come and do it. We did it on Tuesday. It was so much fun. It was a frozen lake that they circulate. They have like little water pumps to make sure this one little section doesn't freeze. And
And what's
it
the
was
temperature in Fahrenheit?
well, the
frozen?
outside temperature was about 15 degrees. The outside was 15. The temperature of the water was probably like 26, 27. Because the only reason it's not freezing is because it's circulating, or else it would be frozen.
The movement, I see. See, because I think
So-
I've decided that 32-degree water and 44-degree water probably really don't feel that different. It's the outside temp that makes it bad. Like makes it
We're
so
like,
much worse.
In St. George, it was like 50.
It was like 50 degrees inside.
Okay. So maybe in that case, in the case of Finland in the winter, honestly, when you get out of the lake, it's warm outside. It feels warm compared to the water. So
Well, we felt warm outside too.
But again,
It was
55.
warmer
Well, you guys-
outside than it
The
was.
sun out, so
you guys have
Yeah.
to come because it's actually really fun, and it's fun like as
I do really want
a
to come.
group of people. So come and do it.
That'd be fun.
So yeah. Anything else on your guys' week? You guys had a crazy week.
Okay, so this is also the funniest story of all time. So this is really hilarious.
Wow.
So
Big week.
There's, I feel like a lot has happened.
I swear, so much has happened.
Only Wednesday.
Only Wednesday. But so we're driving down to St. George. The plan was, so last Monday was President's Day. So we were planning on going to St. George because we just need a change of scenery.
Yeah.
We've been here too long. We need a change of scenery.
Makes sense.
So we're like, for President's Day, we're gonna going down to St. George. And then Timo and Judy were gonna go this coming weekend, but then it just worked out better that they would come that weekend too. So they came down the same weekend as us. So it was the four of us, tons of fun. But so the reason Timo and Judy were going down was to go to the Parade of Homes, which we all refer to as the parade. So when telling Maddie that we were all going down, I was like, oh, we can go to the parade with Timo and Judy. Like, that would be a lot of fun,
And I go,
Okay.
okay, yeah, cool. Is that on Monday? President's Day.
And I go, no, Saturday. I'm like, no, we'll go Saturday. like
oh.
we're going home on Monday. That doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
I'm like, oh,
Why would we
okay,
go to the parade on
that's
Saturday?
cool. There's a parade on Saturday. First of
Yeah.
all, I didn't know people did President's Day's parade, but maybe it's because it's St. George. Maybe
But
it's a
that
small
was
town.
not communicated at
No,
all.
no.
So I have told her
Just
we're going to the
the
parade on
parade.
Saturday. She's like, cool, great,
I'll go.
sounds good. She's totally down. We're
Amazing.
driving to St. George. Timo calls. We're talking to Timo. And he goes, yeah, we were looking at the parade and there's like there's quite a few like,
Well, he said, "Can you pick up tickets for
Oh,
the
yeah.
parade?" And
Yeah,
I
he
was
said-
like,
what parade needs tickets? And then he's like, yeah, there's like quite a few houses that are like multiple millions of dollars. Like there's a lot of really good houses.
like 20,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And we're like, sweet, awesome. I'm like, this is gonna be so much fun. This is gonna be great. Hangs up the phone.
it clicked in my head. Parade of Homes.
Maddie goes, up until he mentioned a house, I thought you meant like a parade.
Like taffy being thrown out,
Like a legit
floats.
parade. And
I love that.
we start dying
Dying.
laughing. It was so funny
It was so
because
funny.
of course she thought it was a parade.
Of course she
Like,
did.
Of course she did, but that never even crossed my mind at any point in
Yeah.
time that she might think we are going to a President's Day parade. Which, if we would have given each other like this much more information, we would have figured it out. But no,
And it's because it's from both of you though.
Yep.
Because Maddie didn't say anything and
Yeah, I
Abby didn't say
ask.
anything, and
I
Maddie just
assumed.
both of you did.
yep.
And
I could have
amazing.
said, "Oh,
They do a President's Day parade, and I
And
would
Abby
have
could have said, "You want to go to
The
the parade of homes?"
exactly.
Just a few more words could have
It
been
was
said, and it would have been
so
perfect.
Like
funny.
truly 3 words would have changed the whole story.
the whole thing. It was so funny. But also, we had the craziest
drive down.
We're driving. We're driving to St. George,
Amazing.
and we just went through this like horrific storm, like the blackest cloud I've ever seen in my
I
life.
took a photo of it. It's literally black,
Like
and then the bluest sky on the other side. It was
It
like
was-
Interesting.
it was
it
like
was
night
wild.
and day. It was crazy.
Like it just started raining really hard, and then it started sleeting really hard, and then it started snowing really hard. It was wild. Anyways, so we get through
Amazing.
this black cloud, and I
As
go,
soon as we're out of it,
do I have any tissues in the glove box?
and I'm like, "Yeah, is your nose running?"
I go, no, I think I'm bleeding. I got a bloody nose.
No, she's driving with a tissue in her head, it's like leaning back.
What?
And I don't know
no.
how. I
And
don't
she
know if
wouldn't
it-
let me look at her.
Well, that is such a vulnerable moment.
I might glance over, she yelled,
Don't look at me.
So then she says, take a picture of me. And I'm like, but I'm not allowed to look at you.
Oh, it was so funny.
It's a whole thing.
It was a
Oh
whole
man.
thing.
There you go.
But yeah, it
We
was.
love.
I got the weather was so crazy. It gave me a bloody nose.
It was.
It was
You
pretty
were so
crazy.
stressed.
I was so stressed.
That's
Stressed
crazy.
right out of you. So,
Well,
so
I think
many
that's it.
stories.
That's all that
My
happened.
week was
There's
good.
more, but
Yeah, how was your week?
say? Like,
We haven't even gotten to your week yet. We're 20 minutes in. We haven't even gotten to your week yet.
My week was good. Not nearly as eventful as your guys's. As you can see behind me, the sun is now starting to come up at 7:30.
that's exciting.
So it's
Oh
a
my
big
gosh.
day for Emily.
Instead of like what, 10 a.m.?
Yep.
That's exciting.
Solid 10 to 2.
Prime
But no, it was a
hours.
good week. I made a really fun food this week. Again, we know this has
You
been
did
well
make fun food.
documented. This has been a big week for Emily also.
Mhm.
She's really, really in the cooking spirit.
I'll get there one day.
And then it's so fun. That's the next part of your health journey is your
Next
cooking.
year. Next year's goal.
Next year.
Mhm.
There you go. You guys make me, I see your TikToks and I want to run. I'm not
We
going
live in
to
Finland.
until it gets to be at least 40 degrees outside.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
wouldn't recommend
currently,
anything under
We're
40.
sitting at like 15 this morning, and I'm like, you know what? Not doing that.
No way.
No,
So-
that's not worth it at all.
I will join your run journey later.
Love
Not
it.
now. Not now. But we'll get there.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I did not have nearly as eventful a week as you guys did, it sounds like. So, yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Not too much happened for me.
Favorite meal you
So-
cooked this week?
Yeah, talk about your meal. You didn't even talk about your meal.
Well, for Valentine's Day, like, okay, so traditionally, our family, mom and dad have never gone out to dinner on Valentine's Day. It's always like the day to like cook a fancy meal that you wouldn't cook, and then our mom would cook it for all of us. So I was like, well, I'm gonna keep the tradition alive. So for Valentine's Day, I made myself French onion soup. Amazing. Obsessed
A
with it. Can't stop.
Valentine's Day tradition.
I had Judy's French onion soup on
It's so
Valentine's
good.
Day this year,
Mhm.
so it
It's
was
so
really
good. Yeah, can't get enough of it. I keep making it. I make it every like 2 days. Like I make
It's
stuff
so
for like
good.
2 days and then make some more. And then I made a truffle mushroom risotto for dinner.
She
That was
fancy.
She is fancy.
That was not a big deal. That was super easy. And then I made a lava cake for dessert.
We had lava cake.
Yum.
Judy's lava cake this weekend.
I know, it's good, huh?
A lot of
It was
Jones
so
family
good.
Valentine's traditions. So good.
Yeah,
So
we loved
good.
them.
Mhm.
So I did that. I made tomato soup this week as well. That was nice, real tasty.
Delicious.
It was good. I had the sister missionaries over for dinner because one of them was leaving, so I made that.
That's fun.
I don't know. I can't remember. You can check out my TikTok to see what I made.
I did see
Yeah,
that.
Emily's posting on TikTok. We are in our TikTok
Influencer
era.
era.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
I need
That's
to
what I keep
post.
calling
you
it.
should. So go follow our TikToks. I don't know my handle. It's Abby Jones something. There's numbers, I think.
I have no idea what mine
Yeah,
is.
I don't know what mine is.
Go follow our TikTok.
That's
Yeah,
so funny.
'cause
We're such influencers.
We are.
We
It's
don't know
really
our TikTok
exciting.
handles.
Also, something else super duper exciting this week. It was Father's birthday. It was so exciting.
It was Timo's birthday.
Timo had his birthday. Happiest birthday. So that was fun. We got
It
to
was a good
celebrate
time.
him.
There you go. You get to keep celebrating this weekend.
Mhm.
Me and my roommate Maya and her fiance, we called Timo and sang to him.
He
Cute.
mentioned that.
So very fun, very fun. But yeah.
It's so fun.
Well, should we get into
The topic of
the
the video.
topic this week because
chat
it's
all
a
day.
it's a hefty one.
It is. So we, as you guys have known, if you've been watching, the theaters here in Utah have been showing old movies again. So they did Harry Potter a little while ago. They're doing Shrek this weekend. So
We just got tickets.
we just got tickets. We're going to see that. It's really Shrek 2. I can't wait. I'm so excited. But they did Twilight in all of Twilight's glory. And
So good.
Madison here has never seen Twilight.
so much that I didn't even know the plot.
Mind-boggling.
Did
You
not know
didn't
the
know the
plot.
plot
I didn't
even?
know the plot. Like I knew that there was a vampire and I knew that there was a werewolf and I knew that there was some love triangle. I didn't know a
Oh,
single thing other than
Madison.
that.
Hmm.
Oh,
So it was really
Madison.
just like
So,
fresh.
yes. So obviously, Twilight is a cultural phenomenon that you must know. Like, you must know. So
Yeah,
we took
yeah.
this opportunity to introduce Twilight to Madison.
Amazing.
And let me tell you, as a whole, an incredible experience. Seeing Twilight in the theaters
Theaters.
again was like, it was absolutely
I'm
everything I needed.
I'm truly so jealous because honestly, that was the pinnacle of middle school for me was
Yes.
seeing Twilight in the movie theaters. Like truly, that was the best it ever got. And that was amazing.
And
Like
Hmm.
I
that was
couldn't
so good.
I can't see myself like getting into it except for like watching it in a theater. Like I don't know.
Like
It's the
you
best
have
way.
to
It's
Yeah.
just the best way to
it's the
watch a
best.
movie. So
So, yes. So overall, Madison, as the new Twilight fan, because Abby and I have made our stances throughout the year very clear on this podcast. We are Twilight stans. It is the best chunk of cinema that's ever been created.
Absolutely.
And there is nothing better
Hmm.
than Twilight. So Madison, what are your thoughts? Are you a Twihard, as they would say?
I've never heard that.
That is such a throwback. I forgot about that.
My eyes are watering. I've never heard that
I
term in my
haven't thought I
life.
have not forgot about Twihards. I was one of the biggest Twihards ever.
Wow.
Madison, would you consider yourself a Twihard?
I think I would consider myself a Twihard.
Welcome to the group.
And I keep
So
telling
excited.
Abby I'm team Edward Pattinson.
I mean, that's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah, no, she goes, no. I was like, because we were talking about how I don't get the Team Jacob thing. Like, I don't get it at
Yeah.
all. And she goes,
I've
yeah,
never understood it.
never
Never
understood it.
understood.
She goes, yeah, I'm totally Team Edward Pattinson. And I go, you mean Edward Cullen or Robert Pattinson?
I
It was
like
so,
fully said it like
it was
once, to be
so
like,
funny.
I mean, I think that's basically
yeah,
correct.
Edward Pattinson
Edward Pattinson.
is the love of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, you're about 15 years late on this,
I know.
No, but
so
he is slaying hard still.
Yeah,
He's
he
been
is
doing
slaying
so much
really.
press for his new movie, and he slays hard
He's
every day.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. We love him.
Yes, he's snatched.
Yeah. His
face is so snatched.
He is snatched. Those cheekbones. Oh, he's just so
Okay,
good.
so
I
maybe
love
we go
cheekbones.
into the movies themselves and we talk a little bit about them. So
Okay.
let's start with I'd never given much thought to how I would die, but dying in the place of someone I love seems like a good way to go. We open on a cactus.
In her little hands. The first Twilight movie is really, and I say this about the franchise in general, but especially the first Twilight movie, it is both the worst movie ever made and the best
And the
movie ever
best.
made. Like it is really just on two polar opposite sides of the spectrum, but it is yes. You know?
Yes. If Catherine Hardwicke. Now, when I was a teenager, did I appreciate the creative genius that was Catherine Hardwicke and her blue filter? Absolutely not. Was I angry about it as a teenager? Yes, I was. As an adult, I
There's
could
nothing
not be more
perfect.
grateful for Catherine Hardwicke and her blue filter over
Yes.
all of Twilight.
Yes.
Even
Really just
even in the
adds.
sunny Arizona scenes, there was
Yep.
still a blue
There's still a
filter.
blue hue.
Mhm.
And
It's
I am
iconic.
so grateful for it. There's something calming about it. There's something just
It's just right. You know what I mean? Like it's just right. Like that is what Twilight what it
Is.
needed to be.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that weird filter over the entire movie. Especially the baseball scene. I feel like that is where the filter really shines. In that
It is.
scene.
It is. Because honestly, the blue filter, I mean, watching Rosalie kick her leg up as she throws the ball would
No,
not
it's
be the
Alice.
same. Oh, it is Alice.
Yeah, it's Alice.
But it wouldn't be the same. And then watching James and Victoria and Laurent come flying in
The
would not be the
music.
same without without supernatural black hole,
Yep.
supermassive black hole, sorry
Yes.
everybody, and the blue filter. Like it's so
It is
good.
peak cinema. It really is. Like when she climbs on his back and they fly up that tree. Like with just
Like,
the
can you
most
hang on,
ease.
Spider Monkey?
Yes.
Like
Like it just doesn't get better than that. It really is
No.
peak cinema. It is gorgeous. It is incredible.
It really is. There's that movie I like we've mentioned. This was a big deal for me as a teenager. It came out when I was 13, and I was upset because it wasn't what I wanted from the filter, from reading the books. Because again, Twihard over here, big Twihard, read all the books multiple times before the movies came out.
Absolutely.
Went to the midnight premieres when they
Yes,
were
we did.
true midnight premieres.
Mm-hmm.
I was disappointed in Twilight then. Now, I could not picture it any other way.
Mhm.
So, Catherine Hardwicke, you were ahead of your time.
You really were. You really any hate you got from that needs to be expunged because
Exactly.
you slayed that so hard.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about
do
the
you have
storyline a little bit. Let's talk
Yeah,
about the storyline
let's-
a little bit.
Okay.
At first, I would like to mention the whole movie happens in about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Which
is
Wild.
insane.
That's something I didn't know really. Like I never connected until 2 months ago. The span of Twilight, all of it happens in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The entire series, about a year and a half. And like 4 months of that, he's gone.
She's
No,
just
he's gone for
depressed.
like 9 months of it.
No, because he leaves in September.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll
Okay,
get there.
we'll
We'll
get
get
there.
there. We'll get there. We'll
By
get there.
March, they're engaged. Anyways, she
So about
arrives
6
in
months.
Forks in March.
Yes.
And then,
What a time to show up to Forks, Washington.
yes,
Yeah.
by prom, which I'm gonna guess beginning of May, they have declared their undying love for each other so much.
And she has been through. She's been through.
She's been through. She has been through. And she's ready to leave everyone
Surrender
she loves, everyone
her
she
life.
knows,
Family,
her
friends,
mortality
literally
for this man she's known for 6 weeks. But it's perfect.
Hey,
And
it's
it is
perfect and amazing.
that is what true love is. I feel like it's the perfect representation of what real, true, just love is.
And nothing else.
Nothing
Yeah.
else. It's just pure love.
Pure love. But let's, we just love it so much. Favorite moments from that movie specifically. When Bella and Charlie are in the diner because they don't cook and she's pouring the ketchup on there
Yes.
and she's just like limp handing the ketchup and nothing comes out.
Yes.
And also a good moment when Stephanie Meyer is at the bar eating. That was also like a big deal for us
classic.
Twihards,
Mhm.
the cameo
Of the writer.
Stephanie Meyer.
Yes.
Overall, what would you rate the plot of Twilight on a scale of 1 to 10?
What are okay,
It's a
but
wild
like
question.
in
What is the
what is the scale on?
Oh, it's
what,
I mean-
what is a 10?
I mean, we've decided this is a flawless movie.
It's true.
So-
But it's just
I-
like on a different scale than other movies.
yes,
Yeah,
because
it's on the Twilight scale. It's not on. It's
oh,
not
on
on a
the
regular.
Twilight scale, it's a 10. It is a
okay.
10. It
See,
is a 10.
because we can't compare it to other movies. Because again, we've stated,
Actual quality, it's a 3.
Mhm.
But it's an incredible. It's a 10. It's a 10 on the Twilight
yeah,
scale.
we're only
And
doing
it's
Twilight
inexplainable.
scale.
Like I can't tell you
Why this
Why
movie
I
it's
can't tell you
so
why
good.
it's so good,
Yeah.
but it's incredible,
It is
amazing.
incredible.
Okay, so we've decided. Bella goes through the trials. You guys, if you don't know the plot of Twilight,
This
No
is not the
spoilers
episode
here.
for you. This is not the episode for you.
The
so she
scene
goes
where-
through.
Is that where we're talking?
No,
about that in the
we're
first
getting
movie?
there. We're getting there.
No,
No,
The second one?
we're
where she's
Yeah.
depressed.
Mhm.
That's the second one.
this is the second
Yeah.
one. Okay,
Okay,
so
we'll
now,
get there, we'll
so
get there.
I'm jumping in.
she has been through just so much when James kidnapped her.
Yes.
She
Well, let's
almost
say
became a vampire. She did not.
yes.
I
Spoiler.
forgot
So
about
the
all
end of
this.
the first
It's coming
movie,
back.
they're at prom, and she's like, "I'm ready.
Turn me. Change me.
I am in
Change
fact a
me.
junior in high school, but I'm ready.
Uh-huh.
Change
Change
me."
me.
And he's like, "Chill, lady, chill."
Slow your
Shout
roll.
out him. you know?
Yeah, shout out to our Edward Pattinson because he really wanted to preserve her humanity and he was looking out for her when no one
So
else
He
true.
was.
was.
He's lived that life.
That's so true. He is 117.
Mhm.
So, you know, 117,
I mean-
17. See, these
Oh,
got a
guys,
few
also,
more years.
okay.
they all add up.
We haven't mentioned, and we can't continue on to the next movie without mentioning the best sequence of dialogue ever created. I know what you are. Vampire.
No,
How
no.
oh no,
Say
what is it? Say it.
out loud.
Loud.
Vampire.
Vampire. How old are you? 17. How long have you been 17?
A
A
while.
while.
Literally, it is a flawless movie. It is perfect. And
It's perfect.
when the freaking skin of a killer, Bella. I mean, this movie is
As if you could outrun me.
As if you could fight me off.
I mean, 10 out of 10. This is a solid
Truly.
movie.
It's
But yes.
incredible. But so anyways, the
Amazing.
first one ends. She has decided as a junior in high school, she is ready to give up her mortality and her family and her friends and everything she knows and loves for this man she's again known for 6 weeks.
Who's
Anyways,
a vampire.
Love. It's true love.
it is true love. So Twilight ends. New moon.
Beginning
New
of
moon.
the school year.
Beginning of the school year. So
So we missed the whole summer.
they've loved each other for 3 months now. And
It's like 5 because March to September, we're getting 5 months.
they met in March. She
You know what?
moved-
And then he also went away for about a month in
no, like
March.
a week. I think it was just a week.
It was a while. It was a couple
That-
weeks.
in that
Yeah.
movie, it was short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Right.
reality, it was
Mhm.
short. So they probably started dating like I think it's like a week and a half after they meet, something like that. So March to September. Okay, we'll give you that. March to September.
5 months.
5 months. So they have been in love for 5 months.
They have.
Iconic.
It is Bella's birthday.
Yes.
And she's turning 18. She's such a cougar with this 717-year-old who's posing as a 17-year-old forever in high school, forever. Maybe be a graduated 17-year-old. I don't know. Okay. I don't want to
Amazing.
critique
The
the
younger they
perfect music.
Don't critique it. Don't look at the little nuances that don't exist in our world because this is the world of vampires. So we don't
Exactly.
understand.
Exactly.
Goodness.
Anyways,
okay, so
Bella's birthday party. She cuts her finger. Jasper loses his mind, attacks her. Edward's like, I can't keep you safe. Leaves her in the woods.
But also, we need to also preface this movie also has a wonderful filter over it of like orangey red,
It's more
Yeah.
sepia. Yeah. Mhm.
which again fits it perfectly.
Absolutely.
This movie deserves the orangey red sepia filter.
Absolutely.
So let's set the scene. You know,
Mhm.
Bella is in the woods.
Alone.
Yes.
When there is this killer animal on the loose.
That's true.
Yes, that they know is a vampire.
No.
Yeah. Oh, no.
It's the werewolves. It's Jacob.
Oh, I
Don't
forgot.
spoil it.
I'm so tired. It's been.
There's a giant bear on the
Oh, right.
loose.
That
That's
is
it.
killing
That is
many
killing
of people.
That's true.
Anyways, Bella is asleep. Okay, also, Edward dumps her, all right? Says,
Yeah.
I never loved you. I never liked you.
This was
whatever.
never real.
This was
Yeah.
never real. And she goes, I'm gonna run after him and then take a nap right on the forest floor. This looks comfy. I'm gonna fall asleep.
She doesn't
so-
know about werewolves yet, so she just knows that there's
But-
this.
But I would never just lay down and take a nap
Anyways.
in the forest on a good day. I just
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
a flawless movie. So Then Bella is
Well,
depressed for
I I
three
I
months.
I will say New Moon not as flawless as Twilight.
No, no, that's
So
very true.
there it's my least it's not my least favorite of the Twilights, but
It's my least favorite of the
it's
Twilights.
at the bottom. It's
Hmm.
towards the bottom. So there is some
Yes,
flaws.
yes.
We
She
can
takes a
admit that.
nap on the forest floor. Anyways, she's depressed for 3 months. They just pass right by
The phases.
the
That was
phases.
iconic. It's just
There-
There's a
possibility.
possibility.
Anyways, it's January. She starts, having visions of Edward
Edward.
when, just and only when she gets that adrenaline pumping.
Mm-hmm.
So she hops
So
on the
she's a
back of
baddie.
the,
She's
yeah,
a
she's a baddie.
baddie.
She hops on the back of the stranger's motorcycle. Alrighty.
Just
And
'cause-
then just 'cause fun.
Yep.
Just
she
'cause
saw him.
she can see Edward. She then is like, you know what? I'm gonna fix up motorcycles with my good old pal, Jacob.
Well, because Charlie is encouraging her to go
Yes.
be with
Hang out.
people.
Yes.
And so like
Because
Jacob
because she's waking up screaming every single night.
Like bloody murder.
Bloody murder.
bloody murder.
So Charlie's like, hey, maybe
You
go
need to make
hang
some
out with your
friends.
friends.
So she
There we go.
befriended Jacob.
New moon. New moon slays.
Yes.
I can't remember where we were.
Sorry, we had to pause recording because whatever. So we're a little like trying to figure out where we were. But circle, January. She becomes an adrenaline junkie. And
Yes,
I need
yes,
to
Jacob.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I need to admit something very embarrassing. This was the time also that when this movie came out, when we started cliff jumping at Sand Hollow. Okay. I declared myself an adrenaline junkie for probably a year and a half
I remember
because of
this.
this movie.
I remember this. Well, naturally, you were.
Naturally.
You weren't
I
getting on the
was.
back of a motorcycle with a strange, creepy man,
No,
but
but we were cliff jumping. She does that.
that is true.
True.
Again, let's be honest, the cliffs kind of different sizes. But
I mean,
you
yes.
were an adrenaline junkie.
I was. But I was like, like as soon as you said that was like you mentioned it when we were recording just before, I was like, oh my gosh, I was like a self-declared adrenaline junkie for like a year and a half solely because of this movie.
As you should.
That's hilarious.
As you should.
And yeah, so okay, so she starts doing adrenaline things.
And
beginning
but
of January,
her and Jacob become BFFs, and
BFFs,
that's
and then
so
all of a
sweet.
all of a sudden one day.
Jacob
stops
comes
calling
down.
too.
No, he comes down with
He
the
comes down with the
flu.
fever, with the flu.
Yes.
Then he just never calls Bella ever again.
Wait. We missed the most important line in Twilight. Bella, where the hell have you been, Loca?
That's true. That is true.
That
That
is
is
peak
iconic.
cinema. That is really
That-
peak cinema.
That's amazing. But yeah. So
Anyways, Jacob is sick and he won't answer Bella's calls, and she's like
And he
down
won't-
bad because
she's down bad again.
Yeah, because Edward's gone. She had
And
one
now Jacob's-
friend.
and he's gone.
He's gone. He
She's-
won't even take her calls.
Also, do you remember before he gets sick, her, Mike, and Jacob
at
go
the
to see
movies.
Death Punch
Yes.
movies? And when all Mike wanted to see was love spelled backwards, it's love.
I do remember this. Mike asked her on a date, and then she invited everyone, and
Everybody.
then
Nobody
Jessica
wanted to come
couldn't
see
come
Death Punch.
because they already went to a movie, and then she got on the back of the motorcycle with the Freako, and so it was her, Mike, and Jacob, and then Mike threw up halfway through the movie and had to leave. And then Jacob got really mad and was like,
And
I
he
don't know
got-
what's
he-
wrong with me.
And then Bella goes, Jacob, you're really hot. And Mike's like,
I'm out of
Ugh.
here.
and then that's when Jacob gets his flu.
That's when he gets his favor. And so then finally Bella storms on over to Jacob's house and is like, bro, call me back, buddy.
What is
bestie.
going on?
Literally. And then he's cut off his beautiful locks. He's got a short little hair. He never wears a shirt again. throughout the rest
Never.
of the series. He's got sexy body. And he's
He's
like
16.
he's 16.
He's got the biggest
Well,
abs.
so apparently, no, back to Twilight lore. Apparently, when they phase into werewolves, because this is what we're finding out or Jacob is now a werewolf. They reach
Yeah.
the maturity of like a 35-year-old.
Oh,
Oh,
So
yeah.
they're permanently 35 till they start aging.
that almost makes it worse.
Yes. So he's not 16, he's like 35-ish.
Right. He's about 35.
Anyways, he's like, you have to leave, Bella. I can't tell you what's going on. You know, you gotta go. And she's like,
And
no.
she's like, does
Tell
this have to do with
me.
Sam? Does this have to do with Sam and his group? And he's like, leave Sam out of it. He's just trying to help.
He's just trying to help.
And then
so
Bella sees Sam and his posse come walking up the backyard.
again,
And
not
so
a shirt
she's
in
like,
sight. Not a shirt
not a
in
shirt in
sight.
Not a single one of them were.
and she's
And
and
we're
she
not
decides
complaining.
she decides that this is her moment to go confront Sam for taking away
Yes.
her friend. And so she storms over there and she's getting all mad. And then she hits
She hits one of the other kids, and
Yeah.
he goes,
and then Sam goes, back up, Bella, back up, back up, back up. And so Bella's like freaking out.
She
And
starts
then all of a
running.
sudden,
Well, no.
Isn't it-
Well, no.
Oh,
And then the kid who she hits, he turns into a werewolf, and she goes, "What the heck?" So she starts running
so
away,
running.
and then
And she goes,
Jacob's
Jacob,
running
run!
towards her,
Jacob, run!
and
Jacob, run! Oh.
Werewolf City.
And that's how we find out about the werewolves officially.
And I was so shocked at how massive they're huge.
Huge.
They are
They're
not
huge.
just any normal werewolf. They are
No,
Huge.
humongous.
Mhm.
they're massive.
Also,
Massive,
Laurent
massive.
dies. The werewolves kill Laurent. We didn't even talk about that.
Oh yeah, they do.
Anyways,
Okay.
so
Move on pretty quick from that.
so now Bella's hanging out with the werewolves. She's chilling. You know, we get the information about imprinting in this movie,
Which comes to play.
which comes back in a major way. And so then
Oh.
Bella is like, I have to see Edward. I have to see him. So homegirl jumps off a like 75-foot cliff.
Adrenaline junkie.
Adrenaline junkie. She lands in the water and is like kind of dying.
Yeah,
For
no,
some
she is
reason.
dying.
She's straight up sinking. And then there's Edward and is like, you shouldn't have done this. And then
And she's like, it's the only way I can see you.
and then we see Victoria swimming towards her.
Scary.
Scary. And then all of a sudden she gets yanked out
Yanked out.
by none other than Jacob. So slay Jacob, he saved her life. But then they get
Slay.
home, you know. Oh, and Billy died. And then yeah, Billy.
Billy, that's his name.
Yeah.
Wait, what's Charlie? What's Jacob's dad's name?
Not
I
Billy.
thought he was Billy for some
I can't
reason.
remember.
No, Billy's the other guy.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, Billy dies. He has a
Billy
heart
dies.
attack
His
because
heart attack. Harry.
Harry.
Billy-
Billy is
Billy's
Jacob's dad.
Harry's the other guy.
Okay.
Harry Clearwater.
Harry dies. And then so then Jacob and Bella are at her house, and then Alice comes over and is like, dude, I thought you died because I can't see you because you're hanging out with werewolves. And then Edward calls. No. And Jacob answers
it.
and goes,
Oh, no.
Charlie's not available. He's planning a funeral. Hangs up the phone. So now Edward thinks Bella's dead. Dun dun dun.
So naturally, this man who has been gone for 5 months has decided he can't live anymore. He's done. Him and his girlfriend he broke up with, there's no point in living if she's not on the earth.
Nope.
None at all. So he's going to go to the only natural place where he can get himself killed, Voltura, Italy, to go see the Volturi. And they are the like governing class of vampires. And
They slay.
Dakota Fanning is there.
They slay.
Slay, literally.
Bella goes after him.
Yeah. Bella runs after him, runs through the crowd with the red.
And then
Drapes.
jumps into the fountain and you see the splash and she runs and she tackles
He's about to
him and he goes,
reveal himself.
and he goes, Heaven?
And then
And
she
then
goes,
she goes, "No, I'm
no, I'm
here."
alive. You have to move. You have to move. So then they
Wow.
survive, and then Volturi is like, but this human knows about vampires, and then Alice is like, no, wait, she's gonna become a vampire.
I've seen it. And then Alice shows her visions because again, we
Yes.
haven't even mentioned a lot of the vampires have special
They have
powers.
magical powers. So that's basically New Moon.
Yes. Um, where does New Moon rank on a scale for you?
It's
Because
last for
Twilight
me.
is 10.
It's last line is on a scale. I would
Yeah.
say New Moon's it's a 7.
Yeah.
It's still A plus movie, but not
hmm
quite
The best.
the best.
I hated this movie when it came out because, again, Team Edward all the way. I still don't understand why anyone would have ever been Team Jacob.
After
Agree.
seeing this movie, I was like, okay,
Like,
I get it a
kind
little bit.
of, but like still,
It's immediately ruined Breaking Dawn, or well, even Eclipse. Jacob is ruined, but I at this point I can see it. I can see it a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Oh well.
Anyways, we need to speed run through these.
Yeah, because we
Eclipse,
still have 3 movies.
yes, Eclipse. Victoria comes back. She makes a whole army of newborn vampires and is coming after Bella. The werewolves and the vampires come together to protect
Team
Bella.
up.
They team up and are besties. And then they win. Victoria dies. Jacob kisses Bella and she punches him, breaks her wrists. And then
Bella and Edward get engaged.
Bella and Edward get engaged. They give her the world's ugliest ring ever.
Oh. I
And
saw a TikTok the other day, real quick. I saw a TikTok of someone who had a like an actual antique cluster ring, like how Bella's was supposed to be. And every single comment underneath it was, "This is what Bella was supposed to have. Why did Bella not have this ring? Why
Mhm.
did Bella?" It was like all about Bella. And I
That's
was like, I'm so
hilarious.
glad that we all still are not over it because it
Also
was
in
not
this
cool.
movie, Bella's like really aware of her age and her mortality. Like she's really like, you're not gonna love me when I'm old, like a whole
Because she's
thing.
gonna turn 19 in September.
She's
Yes.
old.
Again,
And
Eclipse
she'll be two
takes
years
place in
older.
about 6 weeks. Yeah, Eclipse takes place in about 6 weeks as well. So they get engaged. I'm trying to think. Eclipse is a good movie. It's not one of my favorites, but it's a good one. Well, actually, no, that's
It's
not
a good
true.
one.
Before the rewatch, I would have said Eclipse was my favorite.
Yeah, same.
But
But
I think it was kind of boring, actually.
there's not too much plot that happens.
They graduate high school in this movie, which is
They
so
do.
very exciting. We get Jessica's iconic speech.
I love her.
We
I love her
love
so much.
Jessica. But yeah, so biggest thing. Oh, and this is when Jacob's really like, Bella, pick me, pick me, pick me. I'm better for you. Love me. This is, and so then she finally is like, she says, and I quote, "Don't make me choose because it'll be him," which is the most savage thing anyone has
Literally.
ever said to anyone ever.
But I love it. We love Bella.
Yes. So,
She knows what she wants.
yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of how that one ends, is Bella and Edward get engaged.
Yes.
Yep.
And
So
that's
big-
it. So then,
So this is where we really lose the plot.
Extremely.
Breaking Dawn Part 1.
wow. You know, the first half of Breaking Dawn, the plot is
No,
fine. Yeah,
No.
no, it's fine. You don't think the wedding is
the
not?
wedding is fine. That is the
That's what I'm saying.
extent of the fine of that movie.
Yeah, the wedding, and then they go on their honeymoon, and then about
That's
halfway
the
through the
first
honeymoon,
20
that's
minutes.
where
I was
that's where
floored
the
that
that's
whole
where the
movie.
pull that. Okay, so let's talk about it. So Breaking Dawn, first of all, Judy had to pre-read this book for me because we
They
heard there were
get
some spicy
married.
spicy parts of it.
Honeymoon.
And so Judy had to pre-read the book, and then we had to skip certain spots, which I don't think I ever did. But you know, it's fine.
The truth comes out.
The truth comes out. But this was a hard read. The second half of this book was a really hard read. So I was really interested to see how they would make it 2 movies because it for sure should have been one.
No. You would have lost so many iconic scenes if this was shrunk
I
into
mean,
one
true,
movie.
but
This
also
it just extended the beauty that is Twilight, and I
okay.
fully stand by the two parts on Breaking Dawn.
Okay, so yes, so they get married. They have the most beautiful wedding ever, and the flowers,
The
amazing.
most gorgeous
Absurd,
forest
obsessed.
wedding ever.
It's so pretty. We love it. They get married, and then Jacob comes, crashes the wedding. Of course he does.
They
Mhm.
dance, which I hated
See,
that.
this is why I hated Jacob, and I still hate Jacob, is he's such like a whiny, complainy little
yes.
Yeah.
boy.
Mhm.
Like
That's all he
grow
does.
up. If you're supposed to be 35 now because you're a wolf, grow the heck up.
Also,
Sorry.
she's literally married
Yeah.
to someone
Yeah.
else. Like,
So
see,
get over
she
it.
could not have not chosen you any harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
So-
okay. We learned the reasoning behind this in a few short hours. So they get married. They have a beautiful wedding. And then they go on their honeymoon.
To Rio.
They wink a wink. Mm-hmm.
They go to Rio.
And
She has to have human moments.
yeah, she has to have human
Mhm.
moments. And there's a whole thing there. We get to it. She's pregnant. How is this possible? I'll tell you how this is possible. This is PG-13 for anyone else. It means he still had his first load ever. And he's 117 years old. That is the most wild
The
thing
way
I've
you
ever
just
heard.
said that.
That is the most wild thing I've ever heard in my life. There is no way. There's no way. Anyways,
But it's okay. It's okay.
she's pregnant.
She
Okay.
is pregnant.
And I want to stress this very, very, very much. She's pregnant for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That entire pregnancy, 2
2
weeks.
weeks.
2 weeks.
And boy, did she get so skinny.
She went through it in those 2 weeks. let
She
me tell
was
ya.
she went through. She
She
went
went
through.
through. She went through hard.
And she calls Rosalie, and Rosalie helps protect her because everybody wants to get rid of the baby. And she's like, I love my little EJ so much. I can't get rid of him.
Let's talk about that for a minute. So I forgot about this in the movie. So in the movie,
This is the worst. Quite honestly, this is the worst part of all of the movies.
Yeah.
but they propose EJ, Edward Jacob as the better of the two names. Are you kidding? Renesmee
so
is
bad.
way better than Edward Jacob.
But still a 0 on the scale.
And absolutely
No, not even a 0, a -7.
A
Like, I'm
horrific
sorry.
name.
I'm sorry.
But
They're so bad.
They're all like, oh, EJ, that's not bad. Oh, that's kind of nice. And then she's like, oh, it's the girl name they have a problem with. I was playing around with our mom's names and I came up with Renesmee. And that is when everyone collectively vomited
Yes.
because it doesn't get worse than that. That is horrific. Well,
Robitussin.
I think Edward Jacob is worse than Renesmee.
I agree.
I do too, especially considering it's Jacob.
Yes.
I just hate it. I hate it. The names were truly actually the worst part of the entire series of movies,
Mhm.
and I hated it with every fiber of my soul. Still hate the names. I hate it. It's just bad. Like, I blame Stephanie Meyer hard for fumbling the
100%.
bag on this one.
100%. But they decide that because this baby is, again, half vampire, she needs to drink human blood. So she starts
Oh.
drinking human blood out of a little
Oh, God.
styrofoam cup with a straw.
With a straw.
Disgusting. Horrific. Disgusting.
And then it's stuck in her teeth.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so gross. So gross.
So bad.
So it
So
tasted
gross.
good?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Anyways,
She-
she breaks her back, goes straight into labor. Okay?
naturally.
Renesmee's more. At the same time, the wolves are like, this child is an abomination. We have to kill it. It's going to murder the entire world. So
Right.
they're all gearing up to come kill Bella and
So
Renesmee.
Jacob splits from his pack, and Leah and Seth
my gosh.
split as well.
That
they
moment
form
is
their
a
own
cinematic
pack.
masterpiece as well. When they are like telepathying each other,
And
and
then
he's like, I am the grandson of Chief whatever, and I follow no one. And then he runs off.
Oh,
then-
it was iconic.
Oh, well, that's the thing is like that this book and was written from the perspective of other people.
Mhm.
So the first is Bella, And then Jacob has his own, it's like first person Jacob for a while. And then it goes back to Bella. It was
Weird.
Wild.
whatever. But
But yeah, he
Bella
does split from
has
his pack.
the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And in the midst of the baby, Edward pulls out a syringe that has his venom that he has preloaded into the syringe, stabs Bella in the heart, and then he just starts biting her everywhere to make sure that she
Well,
can
he
become a
does.
vampire and
He
doesn't die.
does. Yeah, he does
CPR.
CPR so that the, venom can spread throughout, and then just starts biting her like
Everywhere.
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 It is wild, wild.
Wild. And Bella's just laying there, nothing is going on. And but then you see in her brain, and
No, we
she
haven't
is
gotten there yet. We haven't gotten there yet.
we haven't gotten there yet.
Before that, Bella's dead, okay? Everyone's decided
Yeah.
Bella's dead. Jacob runs out because he's so upset that Bella's dead. But something in his heart is calling him to the foyer. So he goes to the foyer and imprints on this 32-year-old baby. Oh my gosh. There has never been a moment in a cinematic masterpiece like this where they have lost the plot so hard. She is literally 32 years old. This is horrific. Oh my gosh.
It is.
Now
It
that
is.
means
It
she's
is
dead forever.
horrifying.
And not, I mean, this comes in the second movie, but we'll bring it up now. He goes, "Why do you think I wanted to be around you so much? It was Nessie who wanted me here."
You named my daughter after the Loch Ness monster.
Oh, this movie's so incredible. But he basically
He
tells her, "I
imprints.
didn't like you at all. It was the egg inside of you that was
That was
called
calling to me.
What? What?
Oh,
This is
so bad.
I can't.
It's
so bad.
It is. But anyways, back,
It is so bad.
we get into Bella's
Okay.
brain. We see
She
the
is
venom going through
taking
her.
The
over.
most scientifically accurate scene ever.
Yes,
Absolutely.
and then like you just see like her chest puff back up because her
Yep.
bones are now together, and like
And all
hair
her
gets
bite
long.
marks, go away.
Yeah,
Her
and then
cheek.
all of a sudden the movie ends on her eyes and they're bright red
Mm-hmm.
because she's now a vampire,
Well,
fully vampire.
she has been dead for like a significant amount of
3
time.
days.
Because like Alice and Rosalie like give her a sponge bath, like
Mhm.
put her in a dress, like totally prepared for a funeral.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then she puffs up
she's
and opens
awake.
her eyes.
So
That's
part
the end of
2.
part 1. Part 2. Bella's now a vampire.
Bella's
And
now a
has
vampire.
to exist as a vampire. Also, a new mother.
So,
So many things are happening for Bella.
And let me just say, okay, I know Jacob like imprinted or whatever, so he has this, connection to her. If I had just given birth and it was that traumatic of a birth, and my freaking ex-boyfriend is hanging around as much as he was, I would be livid. I would be
like
livid.
not even just like him hanging around, him having like feeling some ownership over your child that
Yeah.
it's like now his, like you birthed it and it gave it to him, but you didn't.
Livid.
Ooh, so mad. So we have you named my daughter after the Loch Ness monster. And
You imprinted on my daughter?
my daughter?
I've
It's a
held
whole
her
thing.
once, and you think you have some wolfy claim to her? She's mine.
Bella was straight up telling truths.
She stood on her business then.
She did.
Anyways, now the problem is that the Volturi is coming for them because they think this child is some demonic, immortal child.
That they made a baby
Mm-hmm.
a vampire.
Yes.
Not that Bella had a baby, but
No.
that they took
Not
a
that
child
it came
and
from her loins, but they changed a child. They changed
a
baby.
baby,
Yes.
which is illegal in the vampire world.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta protect the
Yes.
minors, you
Mhm.
know?
Exactly. So they accept, Jane, who is, what's her name? She was like 12. And her twin
Yeah.
brother, they were like 12. So as long as, Arrow did it,
He
it was
had
fine.
special powers. Yeah, it's fine.
Anyways, so they get all of the vampires in their clan or whatever together to have a fight. And this is
Yeah, so they
where
start collecting, like they go around the world and they collect all these vampires to like prove that the baby isn't what they're saying because they know there's going to become a fight and they need to like have as many like character witnesses as possible. And then they realize it's going to be a physical battle, so they start training for this battle.
Mhm. So we get to the battle scene, and this is where my heart broke. Okay?
This is a big deal.
This person right here sitting next to me by the name of Madison.
Fell asleep.
Hey, in my defense, we did a back-to-back showing of this movie.
I was
That's
awake.
no defense.
If I
There's-
see a movie past 10 p.m. in the theaters, I'm out. Like I
That's so
literally,
not
I
true.
don't know what happens.
That is so not true.
Yes, it is.
There are so many movies we have seen past 10 p.m.
Wicked. I fell asleep.
A complete unknown. You were awake and sat for that.
I don't
You
think
were
that
awake
was
and
past
sat
10
for that.
p.m.
Oh, we haven't gone to a movie before 9 p.m. in
Yes,
ages.
we have.
Anyways,
Do you know how many
okay?
times we saw Hunger Games past 9 p.m. and you were awake the whole time?
I don't
Anyways.
know. Sometimes it just comes over me and I literally can't control it.
Anyways, okay. So, the absolute greatest scene in cinematic history, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
The start of the fight. They start fighting, okay? Arrow pushes Edward, and then Daddy Carlisle is like, I'm going to take care of this, okay? Runs. Arrow starts
Jumps.
running too. They jump together. They land. You see a body fall behind, and Arrow holds up Carlisle's head. And everyone goes,
Carlisle's dead.
Carlisle's dead. And then Jasper dies. There's a whole fight scene.
They all die,
They all die.
essentially.
Well, no, I think it's just Jasper and Carlisle.
But still, they're
clones. But a bunch
it's
of the
bad.
Volturi die. A bunch of their buddies die. It's a whole crazy thing. And then
It is so bad.
it's just Alice's vision.
She's just showing
Oh.
Arrow what will happen
The
if.
original bait and switch.
Oh man,
It's incredible. But anyways,
This
Maddie
was
fell
incredible.
asleep and then woke up during the fight scene. So she was going to get the reveal
I
without seeing
woke up,
Carlisle get
like-
his head ripped off.
I woke up like 4 times during that fight scene. I just said, this is the longest movie ever. Like, they're still fighting. I need
It
to
was so
actually
funny.
watch that one because
yeah, you have to because it's really
I didn't
important.
experience
It really is an
before,
incredible
but-
piece of cinema.
So
So then Arrow's like, gotcha, buddy. We're good. You guys have an awesome time. We're gonna go. Don't make any problems. We won't make any problems. We'll be buddies, okay? And that's
And he
basically
leaves.
how it ends.
and Jacob and Renesmee running off into the sunset, and so do Bella and Edward, and they
They're just one big
go on
happy
double
family,
dates, I think.
probably.
And
Disgusting.
that's the worst news ever. And I hate that. I hate Jacob and Robitussin more than anyone ever. And I wish that had never came to be.
Me too.
I wish that was never written down
Yeah.
onto a page.
Was that
Yeah.
in the book?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
That was
Yep.
the plan from the beginning.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was that's not even a joke. She said that was the plan from the beginning,
There's some thoughts that should stay thoughts.
Yeah.
And that was
and that's one of them. You know, like we said, Twilight, flawless piece of cinematic moment, except
Absolutely.
for that.
Mhm.
That is the one
The
thing.
one
If I
flaw.
could get it changed, it would be changed,
It
and it
would be
never would have
changed.
happened.
Yes.
I can't get behind it. It's so bad. It's so bad.
It was crazy. But okay,
It was.
everyone rank the Twilight movies. I'll go first.
Okay.
Twilight. Breaking Dawn Part 1. Breaking Dawn Part 2. Eclipse. New Moon.
Okay. I have Twilight, number 1, Eclipse, number 2, Breaking Dawn Part 1, number 3, New Moon, and then Breaking Dawn Part 2 is
You
my
need to
number
rewatch
5.
Breaking Part 2. It is
I literally just watched it.
it's great. Okay, Maddie's turn.
Okay. I think I'm Twilight and then Eclipse and then Breaking Dawn Part 1. New Moon. Breaking Dawn Part 2. But I also need to rewatch Breaking Dawn
Yes,
Part
that's
2.
fair. That's
So we
fair.
have the same list, Madison.
We do. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, we have the same order.
Slay.
Well,
Let's go.
Twilight is one of those franchises that will live forever as an incredible moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. I mean, the Twilight era was so iconic.
It was so
I
good.
remember walking into Hot Topic, and all it was Twilight
In
merch.
the Hot Topic at what age?
I don't know what year, 2009, 8. to get shirts for the midnight premiere of New Moon.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
yeah.
that's so funny.
Yeah.
And it
No,
was
like
just
it was a
Twilight
big
merch.
deal.
That's all it was. It was
Yeah.
incredible. But we did
It
that
was my
like
favorite thing
every
ever.
movie. And it was an incredible moment in time. We love Twilight so much. It means so much to me. You watch those movies and you're like,
This
this is what they intended when they created a video camera. Like this is really this is what
this is
what
why
movies were
books
made
were
for.
written
Mm-hmm.
and why movies were made
Mm-hmm.
was for
Yep.
Twilight. Stand by it.
Yep.
Amazing.
So good.
Now, I think that's all we got for today. This is an extra long episode because quite honestly, we could talk about Twilight for 17 more
You get
years.
you get me started on Twilight and we're gonna be here for a minute. So we
Um,
also
we
accidentally talked for like 20 minutes about our week. So,
That's also true.
you
We
know,
had a crazy week.
you know,
yeah, a lot of
okay.
things.
but we
Oh
love
my gosh,
Twilight.
this is a
Don't-
long episode.
Okay, we're gonna go because this is the longest episode of our lives.
Yes.
Tell us all of your favorite Twilight memories.
Yes, and
because we know you have them.
movies. Rank the movies. I want to see what everyone's ranking is and why. If you disagree with us on the rankings, why?
Yes.
Why? If you love New Moon, please let us know why. Because it is an incredible movie. Don't get me wrong, but have
Tell
you
us why.
We don't see it.
have you seen the first one? I don't know. Anyways,
Okay, we will see you guys next week.
well,
Follow
so
us
first of
on-
all, yeah,
oh.
follow us on your preferred streaming platform and social media, and subscribe on YouTube. It's just 801 Diaries podcast everywhere. Subscribe to our TikToks because we're hashtag so active right now. And that's it.
That's all.
Thank you for Madison for coming.
Yes.
Happy
Bye,
to.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.